No, not that one. First Dates. This night's almost over.
Blink-182's God Touch.
Honest, let's make this night last forever. Yeah. I'm gonna go crazy.
Forever.
Endeavor, endeavor, let's make this last forever. They played it on the radio today, and I had it stuck in my head all fucking day.
What do you mean they played it on the radio today?
They played it on the radio today.
What the fuck do you mean they played it on the radio today, bro? That song is like 1,000 years old.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, where did I hear that from? And I follow this like punk girl on fucking Instagram who plays a lot of old like Blink-182 songs and shit like that, like a lot of
Bro, you
it.
played it on YouTube and you just had Bluetooth on.
No, I thought I might have heard from her, like saw one of her posts, and I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, I listened to it.
We're going to switch over. Boom. Transition. Now we're all set up where you can see all the things. So right next to me, once I get my next power conditioner, I'm going to plug this bad boy in so it'll be in conjunction with the rest of the stuff that I have. Now, in Ableton over here, we're going to create a MIDI, like a new kick, basically, a hard kick. We're going to do it in the style of like, I hate models, I hate techno, wow. This is going to be kind of like the first acid techno-ish attempt at creating something in the style of I hate models. So not that I hate models. I personally love models. But yeah, so what we do is we're going to go search our packs to find a good techno kick. Sometimes it's best to design your own kick and then just like create the sculpting and processing from there. But from here, I want to say like, you know, let's go with okay. So over here, we're gonna look for a good kick sample. Usually, I have a couple of like good packs that like have some really good like techno kicks. So like with drum hits, we go with the kicks. We want something with a clean 909, you know? Like something like that would be good. Let me just up the sound over here because quite clearly. Okay, you guys heard that, right? You heard that. Okay. I think we need to establish that I need to be in headphones for starters. So, bam. Now we need to okay. All right. So for the purposes of what we're trying to do, let's see why the desktop audio is not working. Hold on. Just okay, so my mic is going like hella crazy right now. Let's just make sure I don't have any noise. Turn on a little bit of noise suppression. Right there. Okay. I think it's much better now. Okay, cool. So, basically what we're going to do is we're going to essentially like do a kick. Let's set up the desktop audio so that we could hear exactly what's going on because it's not listening to me. Properties. Let's see, default. Nah, we're going to set you to here. All right, let's hear it now. Can you be heard? Okay, so that's not being heard. You can't hear the kicks. Let's see if we can hear. Huh. That is weird. Why is it not like, what's the default setting over here? Okay. Seems like you guys are not getting any audio, so let me try to fix that issue while we're here. In the meantime, if in the chat, why don't y'all tell me what kind of music you guys want to hear while we fix this issue? Because apparently my computer decided to be like, no, what are you talking about? This is crazy. Like, I want to... Okay. Clearly there's something fruitsing up this thing. Maybe if I just remove this one thing. Okay. All right. That's wild. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see here. I'm hearing everything through my Motu, so it's using the ACO. But what if we just do the DirectX thing? What if that does that? Ah, there we go. Because I was using the ACO settings. Okay, let's turn you guys down to like -6. Okay, see what happens. That's the one thing. Okay, so right now we're going to be listening for kicks that we want to use. That sounds like a really good one. That's a good source material right there. So let's just like test it out. Oh, right. Whoopsie daisies. When it comes to like hard techno, hard acid techno, we want to put something down for like between like the ranges like 132 to like 140 and so on. That's usually my trance tempos that I like to play with. So let's create our kick with the rumble, okay? So it sounds tight and short. Let's see if we elongate it. See, when we elongate the note, we kind of create like this like longer decay on the kick. Okay, good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in what's called an audio effects rack, and we're going to essentially create two chains. Two chains. Anyway, so we're going to create two chains. Duplicating one. One we're going to recall it as dry, and the other we're going to call it as wet like my pussy. I mean, no, wet, just wet, okay? You know, and so here in the wet side, right? Like we can level out the amount of effects that we could get in with this kick. So what we're going to do is we're going to create we're going to essentially take a reverb, right, into this kick, you know, and then we're kind of like take down the size. So the rumble from techno that you hear where it's like doo, 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 you hear it from the actual reverb pushing out the tail end of the lower frequencies from the kick. And so when you're talking about size, like here, you'll listen here, just we'll solo this, and then you will listen. Hear that, you know, and then whoa, no, we don't want that. So basically we're just like, okay, we're not gonna really 100% it. Maybe we'll just put it at like 50% or around there. Yeah, maybe a little more. Oh, see, never use an MMO mouse when you're producing. So this is what happens. So we're just gonna play it and watch what happens when I change the size of the reverb here. We're also put it to high quality because we always want peak quality. Anyways, so let's go. So if anybody can hear in headphones right now, or if they have very good speakers, you don't really necessarily need to, but there's a difference. So when you put up the size versus, you can hear how hollow the reverb becomes. Like it kind of like you're kind of moving the edges. So what a reverb does is essentially, imagine you're standing in the middle of a room and the walls is the size, right? Like the distance from the walls is the size. So essentially the further the more that you put it closer to you, so like the more you decrease in size, the more you're kind of just like, the signal gets like more audibly heard, even though there's bouncing audio around the walls. So like if I put the size up, you could definitely hear like let's say 500 cathedral. You can hear that it moves out. Now, this is not a great example to use with when we're talking about kick. So for kick, we're just gonna put it to 9. So let's just not waste a lot of time here. Okay, so we'll just put it down to like 9, 10, around there. Yeah, right here. The decay time, we'll just put it like up to here. We want to just focus on the lower frequency. Now, our main goal is just get the lower frequency. So we're hearing that, but we still hear a lot of like kind of like we're hearing kind of like the more mid-rangey sound from the kick, because our dry signal will have our full dry kick. Like that's just gonna be a thing. But we want the wet to have our rumble to have a lot more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw on an EQ 8 over here. By the way, I got a lot of my tips from Julian Earl on YouTube, who's a good dude. You should totally check him out. Julian Earl has a lot of great tips and tricks for anyone who's trying to like understand what his process, but he explains it so well that it's just easy to catch up on and stuff. But this particular audio effect rack is just a very standard way that I learned, and I was just like, this is interesting. So we're gonna throw in an EQ8, right? So we're just like, oh, okay, like, but the kick is now hella filtered. We're just like, what the F, man? Watch when I unsolo it. Hear all that. We could also play with the effects, like we could like turn on the reflection a bit, the diffuse a bit. a bit more to get like whatever we want. You could also take an EQ and just like sculpt your rumble, you know, and then you have that. Now, a really cool trick. So if you guys have any distortion plugins, like I would use Trash, because, you know, we're garbage people here. So when I would use Trash to kind of like give it a sick texture so that it sounds a little more industrial, you know. And when we're doing these distortions, we're just like, oh, we'll use a preset. Screw it. Why should we use a preset? Because, well, first of all, I don't know this plugin inside and out like that enough for me to create my own presets and such. So usually I would just use the ones that they have here. So there was a faulty one that they used, and it was called I think it was called Cold Solder or something like that, or Uncontrolled Static. So let's hear how this sounds, right? Oh, no, that's too harsh. Nah. Let's go to distort. Let's do slide twist. Nah. We want to do something like really heavy. So let's try Hot Tin Roof maybe. Okay, so that's a little too much distortion. So the thing is, in hard techno, you could use industrial techno kicks, or you could use like just regular hard kicks with like a good like focus on the mids with a little bit of distortion. But me, for this particular track, because we're gonna try to test it out with this acid machine, I want to try to do a little bit of an industrial, just because of the fact that I don't want to do a lot of like hi-hat synthesis, you know, or like a lot of hi-hats into my stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of like high frequency. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's like a weird thing with me. So let's just keep trying to look for a good like distortion plugin preset in Trash and see what we do from here. Okay, so. That's not a good sounding one. That's not good. Let's see what happens if we just like. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Let's try this one. Okay, you know what? No. We're gonna go with a little bit of distortion on here, something a little more. Stage 2. All right, I think we found what we were looking for. Nah, let's go with retro. Oh yeah, that's the ticket right there. Take down the drum. I think we got one. Okay. Okay, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's put another EQ. We'll just duplicate the same one. Well, I mean, we'll fix it. Okay, why is it doing that? I don't like that it's doing that. Let's try this. What? Why is it doing that? Is it the sandpaper thing? Yeah, it was sandpaper all this time. That's actually pretty nice. Okay. All right, so now that we have what we want over here, all right, we need to tame this just slightly. So we're gonna lower the volume a bit over here. Okay, we have a little bit too much, so we're gonna take the drive down. We're gonna take the mix down just a bit. Okay, so the problem that we're having here is that I'm choosing the wrong stupid ass, excuse my language, the wrong presets. It's this weird, like... What is going on? And this one is just like... Hey Rich, thank you for the viewers. Thank you for the viewer raid. Right now we're just designing some kicks, some industrial like hard techno kicks. And oh yeah, shucks. Thanks you for the follow. I appreciate it. So today we're going to be testing out the new acid synth, but the thing is that I want to make sure my kicks are right before we get to going. So I think we're good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw in an external instrument. And what that does is, and it's a really cool thing here. So what that does is it takes the MIDI information out of my interface and it's going to shove it right into this thing. And then I'm going to shove the audio signal back into the interface. So in order for me to do that, I have to actually throw it in here. And then we're going to do the MIDI output right here. I will say it's channel 1 and then audio input from channel 2 because that's where I plug in my thing. Now, let's just see if there we go. So, in order for me to do that, let's throw in like, let's just throw in like duplicate these notes, like, let's see if it works. Did anybody hear those? That's so crazy. Yo. Whoa. Okay, hold on. That's wild. Hold on. That's so cool. All right. You know what? let's take it and throw it. Let's give it a 4-bar loop. Put the grid up to like quarter notes. We just want to see what we can do with it, All right, so just throw in here. I'm throwing random notes out there. I'm not even like focusing on like trying what's goody and stuff. Hey, Rich Green was good. Hey, shucks, thank you. Yeah, we're getting hype and vibey up in here with like some acid synths. You know what? Let's throw it on a 2-bar loop. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, that's way too slow. Let's pick up the speed. Let's take this. So yeah, I'm using Ableton's like MIDI piano roll only because of the fact that like I really want to like dial in right now. I won't be like going too ham and hard on my live stuff until I learn how these filters are working, because this is a new piece that I'm working on. Also a piece of new music. I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll guys hear this at some point, but pretty much what I'm doing is I'm essentially kind of like testing out this acid synth, and I want to make sure that like it sounds real good for everyone. So okay, we're getting high octaves. Let's go lower. So in a lot of like industrial and like hard acid techno, what I've noticed is that it's all in 16ths. So we're just gonna have to keep chipping away at this, and so screw this. We're gonna go ham and hard, and we're just gonna take some notes. Just gonna be like throw it onto E. Next note we're gonna go like up here to like a G. Next note we're gonna do like F sharp. Next note we're gonna do like A sharp. Next note we're gonna do like B. No, wait, hold on. Go back. This is gonna be B. This is gonna be. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna go down. Go back down to E. So. So the cool thing about this specific synthesizer is that it has a sub-oscillator, so you could really get deeper tones. So like if I throw it on right now, right, and I just... you could hear that once I put it to high, mid, it kind of like, accentuates like the mid frequencies, and then this one will be like a little more subby. So there's a little bit of a latency issue. That's why the audio sounds a little weird to me in my headphones. Let's see. Maybe if we... Wow, I'm getting like 0 latency. Oh, okay, that's why. So the tempo knob here, so I'm using a pulse wave. Maybe that's why we're getting that kind of like weird sound. So now for me to make it sound like this, like. Okay, this all sounds bad. You know what? Why don't we just take out that distortion? Okay, I'm guessing that the pattern is really dumb. So let's just go with one bar. Let's. I mean, we're playing with notes. I like to write in the key of D, just like Hans Zimmer does. D. Anyways, so we could just like throw in a little bit of a pattern, just be like, dude. Kind of like throwing, yeah, D. Imagine if I just wrote in the key of E. Damn it, you know, this is why I need like a stream deck so I could like press a button and then do the whole reverb thing for that meme. It's for the memes, guys. Anyway, so I'm kind of just like trying to figure out what pattern I want to do. The thing is that depending on the equipment that you're using, there's going to be a sense of latency going back and forth between the instrument and the interface. So we're working with what we got here. I have a pretty powerful computer that's like, I mean, we could essentially take down the resonance here or take the cutoff. Whistling. So the overdrive over here is kind of nice. Kind of saturates that original signal nicely. Although I don't like the fact that it's like, you see? Like I have to like tune my interface's gain input just to get that, and it's like you still hear, you just like what is that, like I don't like as if it doesn't work without the, like there's just like a like air escape. So the thing I'm getting out of this is that the accent has a better knob control. Like I'm hearing everything that I need to hear. I mean, if we turn off this wave thing, for example, we're not gonna. Like it basically turns off the acid, the sawtooth or the pulse wave of the wave here. So we're kind of just like playing and messing with the original oscillation that is playing in the device itself. I mean, this filter FM. So like, let's say for example, we just want to give it like a nice texture. So like, not hearing anything. Okay, so it's off. Okay, so it does turn it off. That was so weird. Why did it just like randomly? Okay, whatever. So let's say we're in the sawtooth then. So this tune knob is essentially like when you keep it in the middle, it's at 0, but then you can go like negative, I'm assuming 12 or 7, and positive 12 or 7. I'm not sure. Let's test it out and hear this right now. Sounds like a positive 7 or positive 12, but you know, my ears aren't like fully trained to understand which higher octave it goes to, but I definitely hear that like it can go up to either like 5, 7, or 12. That's like what I'm hearing at least. So over here we have this filter tracking, which is really kind of cool, but I'm kind of like not understanding like the point of this soft attack over here. So let's just again, I think it's this filter tracking this. It doesn't work without the overdrive, which is kind of bothering me. So I think there's something wrong because I've seen overdrive not being used. So either there's something wrong with the filter settings over here. Let's just keep testing it out. Let's keep playing. Okay, we're getting a decay on the accent, so we can control the decay. Alright, so I'm noticing this filter tracking actually controls most of its like filter cutoff and resonance over here. It's controlling the tracking, so like based on the notation where it's at, it will track on where the signal is. So in the sense of pitch, right, it will see that when it receives, like, let's say this F2 signal versus this F1 signal, like it will be like, okay, so if it's an F1, the filter's gonna move lower over there than it is. It's just like in Serum when you have filter tracking turned on for the keyboards and stuff. See, the filter just stays the same across. We want to do like that little like pattern that 999 does. So let's just throw this pattern over here. I guess we're just gonna start it. Maybe if we switch up the pattern. Nah. What if we switch up the pattern over here? Think I'm getting what I want out of it. This thing is built to be used with modular pieces. It's okay though. This is my first day opening it, my first day playing it, so I have no idea what I was getting into when I was looking this out. But this sounds like a really good piece, and I think with this, we have to be very careful with how we want to create our pattern here. So let's put it out to two length over here. Okay, I like to work in a small confined space because it keeps me, with limitation, more creativity. So let's try something here. I want to try creating a pattern that varies in MIDI note size. So that actually sounded pretty good. Okay, so I like this pattern. Now we're just gonna repeat this all the way through, right? And then we're gonna change which notes will double up or not. Hey pineapple squirrels, what's up? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and work with, like, let's throw in an F sharp over here, and like let's throw in an A, right? Let's see how this works. Okay, so I feel like that's a little too early, so let's go back down here. Let's extend this guy out. Okay, I think I'm liking this actually. Let me turn off that sub oscillator. Okay, this sounds good. All right, now what we're gonna do is I want to try to throw in something a little nice. Maybe we throw in like a little bit of a saturator or something like that to kind of like give off the. Okay, hopefully everyone's hearing this. You gotta understand what I'm hearing versus what the computer is listening back and forth between blah blah blah, so on and so forth. It's different. You guys might be hearing it in sync than against what I'm hearing it. So I'm always kind of just like kind of playing it by what I assume it sounds like. So we're gonna throw in a compressor actually for no, it's not in here. Okay. Compressor right over here. No, what I want to do is I want to throw in like a little sidechain compression, so you can see that it's post effects. Now I'm gonna do it as pre, and then I'm gonna drop down this. I'm gonna put this to a 2:1 ratio. So let's just hear how this sounds. Okay, I'm not liking this, so let's turn off the EQ. Okay, maybe if we do like a hard. I'm not digging this. Let me throw on a drum bus on the kick. Maybe that's it's missing, that oomph that I always have this issue with throwing on. Let's see here. Okay. What if we try the wave shaper? Hold on. I want to see something. Okay, that's actually sounding pretty good. Let me see how this looks like. Okay, so I like to kind of like pre-mix most of my stuff that I do, so that way I don't have to like put in a bunch of work. Next, we're gonna put on another EQ over here. Okay, what just happened? Oh no! Okay. Okay, I'm having a little bit of frustration here, but let's try to... Good. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to put an elevator. Screw this. I'm not going to play this game any further. now let's just throw in like a little simple hi-hat, you know, kind of sound. That's crazy that I'm getting this weird artifact stuff. This right there, that right there would have been a sick transition. Oh man, that would have been so cool. Oof. But yeah, we're just testing that out. So yeah, so see this piece, while it's good, there's a lot more that can go into it. I mean, all this accent in, slide in, and all this stuff, all this is made to be used with modular gear. Now, I'm currently in the middle of getting my case, and that's its own hassle, but let's see how we have with open hi-hats. Maybe we could like listen to some, if my Ableton decides to listen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I wish I kind of had like a secondary camera to kind of like, so you could see my face straight up like this. Oh, there we go. Oh, I like that. Let's go with this one. Wow, that was a sick jam. That was a pretty sick jam. I'm not gonna lie. That was the first time I really enjoyed like twirling knobs, even though it was with a simple beat. But yeah, definitely booty shaking distortion. Oh man, yeah. Here's the thing, like this piece has so much potential. I think if I just change out my interface, we could really have a lot more of a cohesive like listening experience when we're trying to jam out here. Shock Stubbs, thank you. I appreciate you for all the comments over there. Yeah. But yeah, so basically like in acid techno and stuff like that, like that's the basis of it. There's a lot more that goes into it. So like hypothetically, let's just throw away the acid synth right now, right? Let's just say it doesn't exist. We could throw in back all this other stuff. Put this back at 7, negative 6. So we have all of this, right? You know, I like to group them together and like throw a little bit of reverb on these. So let's just like go on and throw a little reverb. So yeah, so for me personally, I like to use stock Ableton stuff only because of the fact that like there's see, nothing crazy. I'm not, you know, kind of like give them a little bit of space, you know, so. And so, for the kick, although you know what, I'm just gonna take out this isotope trash. Okay. I don't have a good like subwoofer for me to understand how it's doing in those lower frequencies, but I'm guesstimating this. I'm guesstimating it's hitting pretty hard. I mean, let's just say that this is what it is, you know. I'm liking that hard like hit right now, so, and let's maybe like futz around with this a bit more. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna throw in an amp right before these EQs. Ah, there we go. See, there's a difference right there. There we go. That's the kick we're looking for now. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, so now that we have our kicks here and our little hi-hats, what we're going to do is we're going to, you know what? All right, we're going to follow through with Julian Earl, what I've learned from Julian Earl recently. I've been trying to try to figure out a way as to an idea of a workflow, and his was the best that I've seen so far. So let's go in here. And for the pad, he used an internal Ableton plugin, which is called Analog. And if I remember correctly, it was an instrument and then bam. And what he did was he took a no, that's not anything what I was thinking. All right, if I recall correctly, he did something along the lines of this. He took this up, took the release down, if I remember correctly. Yeah, like this, and it was just like. Okay, yeah. So it was this with a filter. can't have an attack like that, so. Okay, we don't want an attack, so we're just gonna take this guy. I'm gonna take this guy. Extend it up to 4 bars. Very sure if we just do this. Very dissonant. No, I don't like the. Bring these up. Well, let's try an F. F. D. C sharp. It was D. A, then F sharp. And this one will be. There we go. That sounds perfect. All right. Now all we need to do is we need to boom.
So that was essentially the TD3 that I was demoing today. A lot of great potential in this little thing. Sounds really great. But I'm going to put this away because I'm getting kind of like a little meh about it. But it's okay. We can always come back to it at any time because the settings are already there for it. Let me just flip it around so everyone can see. Camera. So yeah, this is the TD3-MO by Behringer. Really nice. And look, it's even got the nice smiley face on there. It's a little aggressive, this one. I am going to get the original just TD3-MO-AM model, only because I want to see, because my friend, he brought it through, Montoni, and another great producer, by the way. He actually has brought his TD3, which is just the standard TD3, not this crazy modded out one. And that one was really fun to play with. Like, we set it up and we used it via USB. Now, if this thing wants to plug in, maybe. There we go. All right. So I'm off camera right now only because I'm setting up this Arturia Micro Freak that I want to show you. I was going to showcase it in the next episode, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep the people away from these awesome things. I'm actually going to go into my little box of cables. Just sit tight while I grab a cable. It's now the Micro Freak by Arturia. It's actually a really cool thing. It's a little hybrid synthesizer that comes with a vocoder as well. And it's really dope. And I think anyone who wants to try it should at any given chance, because Arturia has some great MIDI pieces. Just amazing. And the best part about this piece is that it comes with a lot of good presets that you don't even like it comes done. Like, you don't even have to like throw anything onto it, you know? And so what I'm thinking is that once I turn this thing bad boy on, you'll see what I am talking about. So let's just turn off the delay. Let's turn off everything over here, right? Okay, we're clipping a bit. All right, that's fine.
And the cool thing about this is that it has no actual like key bed. It's all touch sensitive. Like really cool, right? So it's got arpeggiation built in, so you could just do like and you got like this this cool preset, which is also oh, and here's a dope part. Now I actually have pedals that come with that come great with this synthesizer. So I got this guitar stomp pedal, which is really cool. What we do is just turn this bad boy on over here. This is the Zoom. I think it's the Zoom M multi-stomp G50. Oh, 50G. Yeah, I was right. G50, 50G. I was close. Anyways, so what we do is we would route it into there, and then we push it out into here, right? So let's say this. So now this is what it would sound like with this pedal turned on. Let's just... This is the T-Scream, right? So imagine like we take this off. Right? Let's just figure out a way. Workstation. All right. There we go. Move this a little bit. Move this. Okay. Right there. Perfect. So this is turned off. We hear nothing, right? Like we hear no signal. Turned on. Whoa, what's happening? Why am I not hearing? We're getting no sound, guys. What is going on? No! What happened? No! Interfacing problems. You see, you always run into that stuff. So anyways, so this thing, it's kind of like a filtered, like, screaming. Right? So let's just check which other... Sounds like a good neuro bass, you know? So you just kind of gotta... thing about this is that this has a little menu, a little LCD screen. If you can take a look right over there, right? So this LCD screen, watch. I'm going to change the waveform type, right? And it almost like perfectly can tell you like, ooh, what are you changing it to? What kind of waveform? Virtual, wave shaper, 2 operator FM, you know, really cool things. Formant. So so you could change it into those. Hey, Mystery of New York, what's up? And you got like chordy kind of waves. You change the timbre. You change the decay of the. Like, and then there's a noise oscillator. All sorts of crazy things. Like, you could just continue playing with it. Get like psytrance-y kind of like synthesis in there, you know? So pretty much this was tonight was the TD3. This little piece, the Behringer TD3-MO-AM. It's a really cool synth. I still got a lot to work with. Maybe I need to change out my interface. Who knows? Or just generally get better at it. Then we had the Arturia Micro Freak over here, which is a really awesome little synthesizer. As you heard, we've got some psytrance like pads and synths out of it. You know, some nice little basses. With this connected with this pedal, the Zoom Multi-Stomp MS50G. And yeah, so if anyone's ever interested in, I'm going to be doing a full production session tomorrow. We went over the basics of how to create a more hard techno kick like I Hate Models or like a triple like 9x9 or like Kuzra or NDRH, you know, in those realms. But yeah, definitely would love to see all of y'all in the next stream. Been in for 2 hours. Thank you for Rich Green for hosting with the party rating and stuff, all that other stuff. Thank you Shocks Dubs for coming through and being part of the stream. Sigar Live, thank you so much for being part of the stream as well. And Mystery of New York, thank you for dropping in. I hope anybody who is watching on the other platforms, I was mainly talking to I saw mainly only that was going on Twitch, but if you would like anyone, just subscribe and follow to the twitch.tv/Nigmata official. You can always find me on Facebook under Nigmata, and you could also find me under Instagram and Twitter with @Nigmata ____, and on YouTube as well. You can find me under Nigmata as well. This is me signing off, Nigmata signing off, and hope you all have a great night.